Well, we find ourselves on 2nd Avenue, just before the entrance to Granville Island at a great spot called Ellipsis. This is a coffee bar. It's a cocktail wine bar, 2 different bars, great spot, a lot of sun, big space. And joining us is a familiar face. He every time he comes to Vancouver, we are fortunate to have this man on our show. Joining us from Japan is Shinji Anabu. He is the export director for the Choya Umeshu company out of Japan. Sir, it has been almost pretty much a year since you were last on the show. Welcome back.
Thank you very much for having me here.
It is a great pleasure. Always well dressed. No, boy, looks really great on camera. Great looking suit. Every time you join us, it's always great to get updates on Choya. We're going to talk to Zoe Bates, who is the beverage director here in a few minutes. But first, let's talk about Choya again. For our viewers that may not have caught some of the other segments you've been on, explain what this brand is and what it offers cocktail lovers.
Yeah. So Choya, it is a Japanese fruit liqueur made from called ume fruits. In Japan, it's a homemade liqueur for many years. And now this is for cocktail base to promote in this Vancouver Cocktail Week. So I come here.
Yeah, Cocktail Week, of course, wrapped up a few weeks ago. You're still in town, which is great. But yeah, what people really may not know is just the great history and the great love of this brand, these brands, the Umeshu. These are legendary brands to the Japanese people.
Yes, yes. So that is called Umeshu, the ume fruits liqueur. And we enjoy on the rocks or with soda water simply. But now we try to promote as a cocktail base. So this kind of good venue start using the Choya as a cocktail base. It is very honor. And we try to promote more in this bars, cocktails industry.
Yeah, I would say that you've been making appearances on our show for about 2 years, and I knew very little of the brand. But what's great too is it's more pure, it's more naturally based. There's not additives and everything else, right? Which is very important. You see that in a lot of cocktail bases today.
Yeah. So very simple ingredients, only the 3 ingredients: fruits, sugar, alcohol.
Yeah.
So very important though to have a good ingredients.
You travel a lot. As I said, it's been about a year since we've seen you. How have you seen the Choya brand expand? Are you seeing it more like in Vancouver and other places, how more and more places are trying it out, getting creative with the cocktails?
Yeah, thank you so much. Actually, this Vancouver is one of the advanced market in the cocktail.
So one of the top markets,
top
right?
market for the cocktail, industry.
And are you finding, as I said, are you finding it around the world that it's expanding? I mean, Vancouver, it's great to hear, but are you seeing it in other parts of the world too?
Yeah, of course, we export more than 100 countries.
Yeah.
But in many countries, still home drinking Choya. So this kind of the cocktail market in Vancouver. So we have to learn a lot and we have to promote a lot more.
Do you find too, even when you get with cocktail experts and creators, that you have to, do they have an understanding of what the brand is?
Yeah, in the industry, people like bartenders, slowly recognize what is Choya. But we have to not educate, but offer more carefully.
Right.
Yes, otherwise, very difficult to understand. So because all Japanese,
Yeah. I would say the best business card you have for these brands is letting people taste it, because you introduced us 2 years ago, and I'm now someone who has it at home. I enjoy the cocktails, so this has been a great brand. Anything else you want to update our viewers up before we move on in this segment?
Yeah, so thank you very much for enjoying Choya, and we try to do our best to let you more enjoy.
Excellent. I got to tell you, you always look great. I know it's a long flight from Japan. No signs of jet lag and a great suit. Okay, Shinji's give us an update on Choya. We're going to actually talk to the beverage director in just a second about some great cocktails you can get here at Ellipsis. Well, joining us now is Zoe Bates. She is the beverage director here at Ellipsis. And Zoe, your first time on the show, welcome.
Thank you so much. Happy to be here.
Great to have you. Okay, you're the cocktail person to talk to. Let's talk first about the 2 cocktails you created for us today that are part of the menu here. And
Absolutely.
Let's talk about first what drew you to Choya.
Yeah, so Choya is just like, in terms of a brand, such focused on so many fresh flavors, and I find them really inspirational in terms of being able to use really like pure cocktail ingredients.
Let's talk about this first cocktail right here that I cannot wait to try. I've been keeping my hands off it. What do we got here?
So this one here is soft center. So I find nostalgia is a really powerful ingredient in cocktails. I just feel like it can evoke so much emotion.
Okay.
So this one's inspired by a cinnamon bun that you've put in the microwave. It's kind of gotten heated up a little bit,
okay.
but never fully all the way through. So we've got some notes of cinnamon, some Canadian whiskey, our fantastic Choya Umeshu in that as well. And then we've got kind of mimicking the icing on top of the cinnamon bun on top there.
Can I?
Absolutely, please.
All right, here we go.
First taste.
Oh. This will not be my last taste.
It will not.
I think this is mine after the camera stopped rolling.
Amazing.
That is delicious. Wonderful. Okay, now this next one we've got, talk a bit about that cocktail.
Yeah, so this one, instead we're using the Choya 23. We've got a lapsang infused sweet vermouth. So we're burning lapsang tea, kind of charring it, infusing in that overnight. And then we've paired that with a little bit of the Choya 23, a little bit of a cherry in there as well.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm going to reach around, pardon me.
Please do. A little bit smokier, a little bit bitter.
Yeah, the smoke, tasty. Yeah, these are two very different cocktails, both excellent. This one's really nice too.
Yeah. So this one's kind of themed around the idea of like being on a train station and leaving, and the kind of mixed emotion you have with that. So it's why you kind of get the smoke and a little bit of leather notes.
There's no mixed emotion at all with me. I'm definitely having more of that. But you've been around the cocktail scene a long time. Talk about how things have creatively got bigger. I mean, Choya and this brand is a perfect example of how people like you are branching out and enticing people seeking different types of new cocktails.
Yeah, I think like kind of progressively over the last 10 years, people have gotten a lot more willing to push the boundaries with what they'll have. There's more, while classics are always going to be classics, there's more willingness to try new things and get a little bit more scientific and inventive with some of the techniques as well.
And we should say, we just wrapped up Cocktail Week a few weeks ago. You, of course, were there making the cocktails. What else can people enjoy here at this place? My first time here. What a gorgeous spot.
Absolutely, yeah. So at Ellipsis, coffee, cocktail, dual concept. So the idea is come in anytime, get an amazing coffee and an amazing cocktail. Our menu's constantly transforming. We're running different features all the time. So I'd say come down and see what we're working on in the moment.
And we're looking at a photo right now of a sunset, but it's actually in here.
Totally, yeah. So we have a large sunset light that projects onto the wall behind us. And so that's always on and then just shifts naturally as the sun sets in the day.
Excellent. Hey, Zoe Bates, thank you for having us here today.
Thank you
for making use of these products. Great cocktails. Come check it out at Ellipsis Choya, right in the spotlight right now.
This segment was brought to you by Choya. For over a century, Choya has been at the heart of Umeshu, crafting the finest, most authentic liqueurs. From the soil to the bottle, every step is rooted in tradition and expertise.